problem is called a product. Okay, so whatever multiplication problem I have, it could be, let's say, 8 times 3. So 8 times 3 equals what? 24. So what is my product? 24 is my product, right? Because 8 times 3, 8, or 3 groups of 8 is going to end up being 24. So 24 is going to be my product, right? So multiplication, the answer to a multiplication problem is called the product. Okay? And so I kind of mentioned right at the beginning is we're going to do 2-digit multiplication numbers, or might do 3-digit multiplication. Well, all that means, a digit is just a single number used to represent a value. So 9 is a digit, right? 5 is a digit. Now we go to the next thing. What's a 2-digit number? So what's a 2-digit number? Somebody give me an example of a 2-digit number. 10, right? That's 2 digits, right? 1 and 0. Give me another example of a 2-digit number. 12, right? That's a 1 and a 2. That's a 2-digit number. So when we multiply by 2-digit numbers, we're going to have like 12 or 24 or 36 or whatever we have times something. That means we're multiplying by 2-digit numbers. Now, when we get even further, we're going to multiply 2-digit numbers times 2-digit numbers. And that's going to get a little extensive because now we have to add something to our multiplication, or how we approach the multiplication problem. But we'll get to that once we do a couple problems on the board, okay? So don't worry about that yet, but when we get to that, I'll talk about it, okay? The next thing we talk about is factor. So all a factor is what is being multiplied, okay? So a number which you multiply by another number to get the product. So we go back to that example. 8 times 3, okay? So our factors are what? No, our product is 24. 8 and 3, right? So our factors are 8 and 3. Because 8 times 3 equals our product, right? So our factors could be labeled as our multiplier and our multiplicand, okay? And all that means is like 8 would be the multiplier, the multiplicand would be 3, and then our product would be 24 if the problem was 8 times 3 is 22. Okay? So these are going to be the main vocabulary words we need when we discuss doing our multiplication, right? So what we're going to do after you guys get these definitions written down, we're going to go over a couple, okay? We're going to go over a couple problems. And you guys are going to help me figure out what are the factors, what's the product, and things of that sort, okay? I'll probably ask you like, hey, what digit is this? It's a 2-digit number, it's a 1-digit number, and things of that sort, okay? So make sure you guys are paying attention as we go through this, okay? So I'm gonna call a couple people up to do a couple of examples. So let me give you guys an example. So Chloe, can you come up here? So before Chloe begins doing this problem, okay, so what kind of number is this? Is it a 1-digit number or a 2-digit number? 2-digit number. What do we multiply it by? 1-digit number, right? Okay, so when we find the answer to this problem, what is that called? The product, right? It's okay. So it'll be the product, right? Okay, so with that said, if I did the same thing like this, is this the same as this?
Yes.
Right? It's just written differently. So after the equal sign, that's going to be our product, right? And then now we can see it in a different way. So what's our factors? Our factors are 24 and 3. Okay, so go ahead. Good. So, what's our first factor? Our first factor, not our first digit. What's our first factor? And our second factor? And when we multiply that, we get our, which is, okay, good job, good job. Yes.